Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to Tall Man Cruise Adventures live show. I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live from Tall Man Mobile, and tonight we are going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly from Emerald Princess, a.k.a. SS Mother Buffer.
Yep.
Forever known as that. But that is the last time we're going to talk about that.
Yes.
Okay. And so when we give our reviews, first of all, let's give you a little bit of this, right? A little bit of
Yeah.
faux balcony cam, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So we're going to cover this in 10 sections. We're going to cover embarkation. We're going to cover the cabins. We're going to cover the buffet. Ooh, we're going to cover main dining, the bars, activities, entertainment, customer service, the ship itself, and of course, the overall experience. And we're going to do it right now. So let's get into this. Are you ready?
I think so. Let's go.
No, we should say hello to some people first.
Okay. Let's
All right? Let's say hello to some
All
people first, and then
right.
we'll do it.
Okay.
Hello, Macrina. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here as always.
Yes.
Bev, yes, TGIF.
Yay.
And it's popcorn time. I didn't get any popcorn. I've been running around
No.
like crazy. Just in like seconds before our vocals came live, our little thing rebooted for some reason. So
Yeah.
we may lose audio again. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hello, Dr. Cherie.
Hi.
And welcome everyone else that has come in. Thank you so much. Do us a huge favor while you're with us. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. Become part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free to you. It really is. Costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps out the channel. And we would sincerely appreciate it down to the bottom of our heart. All right?
Absolutely.
And of course, we'll talk to everybody else and say hello again. Let's
Yes.
just get to our reviews.
All right.
All right, so embarkation. So the traffic coming into the port, it's sort of Princess in Fort Lauderdale, their dock is Dock 2 or Pier 2, which is close to the convention center. And so there can be a lot of congestion in that area coming in with cars coming and going. It's really, there's a couple of lights and it can be a bit of a cluster. When we got there, there was a tremendous amount of traffic. It was quite backed up, and it probably took us 45, maybe about a half an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't 45 minutes.
About
but
half an hour to get through the queue line of cars just to get the luggage out of the car.
yeah. Longer than we had expected.
Absolutely. We're already late to begin with, and then to have like a half an hour of a line backup, it was a bit painful. Interestingly enough, now we got there around 10:30.
Yeah.
When we left around 9:30. There was no line, so in that 1 hour, it went from no line to a half an hour backup.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. I'm not sure there's much they could do about that. Maybe everybody showed up at once. I don't know. But for our experience, the 30 minutes in traffic, again, just to drop the luggage. Then, of course, I had to go park the car and then get back to the terminal. So that whole thing was about a 50-minute process for us just to be ready to go then in the terminal.
Mm-hmm.
So after that process was done, I joined Lisa. Now we get in line, and there's a line actually
Outside.
out the door and down the sidewalk,
Yeah.
which, again, we were a little bit shocked because now it's getting closer to 11:15, 11:20, something like that, that there would still be a line, or even a line at this point, much smaller ship, blah, blah, blah. I would say it probably took another 15 or 20 minutes to get through the line.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Once we turned the corner, got into the building, we saw like the queue running again. We're like, oh man.
There was a wall in front, and so the line went like that.
Yeah, but it was very deceptive. There was no
Yes.
more queue on the other side of the wall. It was just security.
Yes.
So once you get through that door, it's not much further.
No, it's not. It was very quick after
Okay.
that. Yeah.
But once we got inside, went through security, we had our own trials and tribulations for us. Now, if you didn't know, Princess has two lines. There's a blue line and a green line. And this is based upon what you've done pre-cruise. If you've done all the things that you're supposed to do, to include having your medallion sent to you, you'll be in the green line. And there was no line.
Yeah.
Zip, right up. Okay. If you don't do what you're, pre-registration, but more specifically, have the medallion sent to you, you're in the blue line. And that was a really long line. I can't tell you how long it lasted because we were in the green line. Now, we still had a few other issues because though we had our medallion sent to us, we never got it because we weren't here to get it. We were on other ships. And so the lady there carried us to a special counter, and they didn't give us a medallion. They gave us cards, key cards, which when we got onto the ship, we exchanged for our medallions. So that process probably took us an extra 5 or 10 minutes. It wasn't a big deal.
No.
But right after that, zoom, right onto the ship.
Yeah.
So if you negate the 30-ish minute traffic to drop off luggage, the then 20 minutes to circle around, park the car, walk back to the terminal, get back with Lisa, and then the 20 minutes in line through security. So that whole 50-minute thing, the rest of it wasn't
very smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we didn't have to wait to get our key cards, we probably would have processed from security into the ship in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I would think so.
Again, that was the green line.
Yeah.
Okay. So the tip here in the takeaway, get your medallion sent to you.
Yes.
That is the takeaway from this tip.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but generally speaking, if you throw away the traffic, because again, who knows what traffic will be on what day, generally speaking, the embarkation process in the green line, very smooth, very well done. So there you go.
Yep.
Embarkation. We're ready for the next one?
Yeah.
We'll give thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, the cabins. Well, geez, yesterday we did 15 cabins with you guys.
Yeah, we
did.
did.
So cabins are fresh on the mind.
Yes.
So, first of all, again, ship built in 2007. So the cabins are built to 2007 standards. There's no power by the bed or USB charging ports by the bed. None of that. The showers are smaller. They have a curtain. They don't have the glass doors. There's no sofas in the balcony cabins. You have to step up to a mini suite with Princess to get a balconies. I'll be honest, I'm not sure how their new ships are because it's been a while. We haven't been on one of their new ships. It's been a while. So I don't know if the mini suites is still a thing or their regular balconies now have sofas. TVs have been replaced. You get really big TVs.
Huge TVs. Yeah.
Power is generally a concern. There is only 2 U.S. outlets. That is it.
Yeah.
If you can snake your hand behind the TV, there might be 1 extra outlet back there depending on your cabin. So you might be able to sneak a third.
Yeah, bring a cube like that in.
But even if you bring the cube, it blocks 1 of the 2 outlets. The cube would then only give you 3. So if you need more than 3 outlets, you're going to want to get a cube or a non-surge protected power strip that has more than 3 inputs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
From a comfortability standpoint, and we weren't in an inside cabin.
Very comfortable.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was very comfortable.
Yeah, the beds, the pillows.
Yeah.
It was all comfortable.
Great closet area, safe, all that was good.
Everything was in great condition. The linens, the carpet, the furnishings, everything was in great condition.
It was. Though I started off with the bad. The good is none of it impacted our normal way of doing things.
Correct.
I mean, I may have had to unplug something to replug something to use the power, but generally, no concerns. I would only add this at least for an inside cabin. I can't say for any of the others. The closet area being as large as it was, and this being an inside cabin, slightly smaller than the newer style ships inside cabins. Dressing happened a lot in the sort of closet area, which is where the entrance to the bathroom is. Inevitably, in that moment when people are dressing, the bathroom is also getting used.
Yeah.
And so there was a constant shift and move of a person who happened to be in that area.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's just us. I mean, we could have taken our clothes and gone into the bedroom area. That would have been,
just talking
totally
about
fine.
the good, bad, the ugly.
Yes.
Just
that was
describing
just
it
us.
out.
Yeah.
So, overall, though the ship is, 17 years old, I enjoyed the cabin. I did
too.
Though it had a slightly dated look, right?
It was very comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. And even though the shower was smaller than the newer style, there's no glass. There's the curtain, which I hate. Look, you're in the shower for 5-6 minutes.
And you had a really decent countertop space in the bathroom.
Yeah,
so, lots of storage, and I didn't feel cramped at all.
I did not either. I mean, so overall, I would also give the cabins a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
There we go. All right. Ready to move on?
Let's do it.
All right. The buffet. Okay, so the good. The buffet, I feel, had been revamped when it went into its sort of dry dock or whatever you want to call it in
I agree.
2019. And so it had a newer, fresher look and design. It's sort of set up in two what I call pods on opposite sides of the ship. At the very back of the ship, there's a U, right? The pods are mimic each other. They have the same food, right? So whatever's on one side of the ship is the same that's on the other side of the ship. Now, these pods, I think they had, 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 10 stations, and they had a very good variety of food.
I agree.
Every day.
Yeah.
The back, same thing. It just wasn't as many, and it was spread out over a U. Okay. Overall, there was a couple of choke points in the walkways by the buffet, but again, minimal. But from a food standpoint, I enjoyed every ounce of food I got off of that buffet.
I did as well.
And I felt it had a great variety.
Yes.
There were vegan choices every day. There were gluten-free choices every day, and well marked.
Yes.
They had their own station, which
and
was great.
Yes.
And for desserts, sugar-free.
Yep.
Again, very well labeled.
Yes. Separate from everything else, so there was no confusion.
Right. So nothing get mixed by accident.
Correct.
There was the seating I felt was also ample, right? I know our first impression when we got there, like, oh, but that's because we've been on big ships that have twice the amount of passengers. No, this was just fine. We never once couldn't find a seat.
No.
And we went from a 7 a.m. breakfast to a 10 a.m. breakfast and every time in between, and never once had a problem. There could be a few times lines that backed up. I will say, like on debarkation day, the final day, there was a pretty long line. Everybody was waiting, which was nice to go through and get the their bacon and their eggs and their this and their that. And so at least nobody was cutting and everybody was in line. At least I didn't see anybody cutting. Okay. But other than that one moment, I never saw huge lines at the buffet. If that makes sense. There was always maybe 3 or 4 people or 2 people, but never big lines. Would you agree all the time you saw?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So that was the good.
Yeah.
The bad. I'm not sure why, but there were no self-serve juice machines anywhere. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Normally, on the ship, there's the little machine, and there's like 4 little places for you to put your 4 little cups or 4 cups, and there's orange juice, and there's apple juice, and there's cranberry juice, and maybe a second orange juice, right? For lunchtime, you have your iced tea and maybe 2 lemonades, and you still have an apple juice or something like that, right? All the ships have those. This does not.
One. No.
No. And at first it was confusing. Like, oh, really? And so, oh, I guess I'm going to have water. So the water and ice is the same machine, and probably the smallest ice machine I've ever seen in my life for a buffet and ship that holds 3,000 people.
The slowest ice machine.
It just doesn't work.
No.
It's a horrible piece of equipment that needs to be replaced.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's a censored, and the sensor is incredibly picky, and I really feel that it makes the ice as you're requesting it, because it's not really solid. It's the half solid, small,
like the nugget stuff,
nuggety style ice, which I love.
I love the nugget ice.
But you might have to stand there for 5 minutes to get that much ice in the bottom of your cup.
Yeah. Especially when it's busy.
Yes.
It's making it that much slower.
Yes. The water is the same thing. It's sort of a finicky.
You have to find the sweet spot to hold your cup.
And then it'll give you water and then stop because you breathed. Right? Okay. So coffee, tea, plentiful.
Yes.
Right. Iced tea, they have in a pitcher sitting there on the counter. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's empty, but it's a tiny little pitcher. Okay. Now, so this is our first experience. So you sit down. I figured now I'm going to ask somebody, because I'm like 10 days of just, I got to ask somebody. So I'm going to ask. So I did ask. Remember we've talked to you. We like to be the fly on the wall. We don't interact. We just sort of see what happens. This time we're going to interact because, there's got to be some juices here. What do they do in the morning for the orange juice or whatever, right? Anyway, so we asked somebody, and it turns out they do serve lemonade. It is free. You don't have to pay for it. But you have to ask one of the waiters. So we did this. In that in itself had its own challenges. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they got you your drink in a minute or two. The first time I asked for it, the guy never came back.
Right.
10 minutes later and no drink. So it turns out, and again, here's your takeaway. Here's the tip. The lemonade and or orange juice in the morning is kept in the area where they bring the dirty dishes.
Behind the drink stations.
Mm-hmm. So if you just watch where they go, where the dirty dishes, grab yourself a cup, walk over there and go, may I have some lemonade? Or may I have some orange juice if it's breakfast?
Or may I have ice? They have the huge cubes.
They have a big thing of ice back there.
So you don't have to sit there for 5 minutes and wait to fill up your cup with the nuggets. You can get the big cubes. And they have it, then they'll just scoop it right up into your cup.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the takeaway on that.
Mm-hmm.
Another interesting thing, I can't call it good and or bad, but it's just a weird thing. The back part of the buffet, the U section, that's all the way at the very back of the ship, in the evening times is no longer part of the buffet. They turn it into a specialty restaurant, or two different specialty restaurants depending on what night it is. One night it'll be buffet called Planks Barbecue. And the other nights it'll be what's called the Crab Shack. Okay, these are specialty restaurants. They cost extra money. It's $39 for the Crab Shack and $15, I think, for the barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not well known.
No.
I think we didn't realize this until our 4th or 5th day in the cruise.
Yeah.
Subsequently, those two particular parts, the specialty restaurants, are part of the premier package, but you have to make a reservation. And you can't make that on your app because they don't exist on the app. You have to physically pick up the phone to call. So, I would say overall, for me, the experience at the buffet was mixed. I'm not going to give it a thumbs up. I'm not going to give it a thumbs down. I'm going to go right in the middle. Food was great, but the overall experience of the thing, from the drinks and the ice and just they could do better.
I think in part of it too was the whole princess service thing. with the drinks, because you sit down for your breakfast, and they will come, the waiters or waitresses will come to your table and ask if you would like a beverage. Thank you. Whether it's coffee or juice or whatever, and they bring it to you. And the same during lunch. Would you like would you like something to drink? But they also, you didn't mention, they also do have a variety of juices that are already pre-poured in the buffet area. Now, many times the orange juice was gone, which is probably why they have, the pitcher in the back. But they
and a refill, because they're this small.
They're
very tiny
cups.
What she means by sometimes they have like strawberry smoothie, raspberry smoothie, banana smoothie, orange juice, apple juice, prune juice.
Yes.
Those are all the ones that I've seen.
Yes.
Very rarely did I see them all there at one time, except for the 6 a.m. in the morning, just before they open it, when I videoed the buffet for the very first time. That is the only time I saw them all there. Other than that, I never once was able to get orange juice off the buffet. Yeah. There was never orange juice there when I went there. And again, they're slightly bigger than shot glasses. They are. Honestly, they're really
very
tiny.
Small. So you probably need a couple of those. And the other thing too is in the very back area where he's talking about, during the evening, it's either Plank's Barbecue or the Crab Shack. During the day, they also have different selections for lunch. Like they had these ramen bowls and things that weren't on the normal buffet line.
Yep.
And the very first day that we got there, we were in that back area, and we weren't very thrilled with the options, and we never went around to the front area. So my first impression was like, ooh.
Yeah, because the back area was pretty weak on day one.
It was, in my opinion, there was nothing that was appealing to me.
So make sure you walk all the way around.
Walk all the way around. That's my takeaway. Yes, walk all the way around. But I found the buffet I thought was good.
Yeah. I mean, the food was good.
Yeah.
But again, I feel the overall experience
was a little it was a little strange.
So I'm going to go middle of the road. No thumbs up, no thumbs down, just The food is great. The experience may be a little
I'm still going to give it a thumbs up.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think it was, once you figure out what's going on, I was fine with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I give it a thumbs up.
I'm going to include some of the outside eating areas with the buffet and talk about them separately, right?
Okay.
You have your pizza area. You have the salty dog.
Burgers and hot dogs and barbecue
sandwiches.
That's
a salty dog,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Little ice cream area and stuff.
Yes.
And so overall, I would give those a thumbs up. First opinion of the pizza was not good, but I always will do something twice, and I'm not sure what was going on the first day, but the pizza actually
was
phenomenal.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we now have it tied for second best at sea.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got MSC #1 and Carnival and Princess
tied.
And Princess would sort of edge into #2 only because it's like a real pizza, not the amoeba pizza. Which again, I know some of you are fine with the amoeba pizza, and it's great. It tastes good. It just, anyway. But
it messes with you because it doesn't look like you expect it to look.
Yep. One thing I like about the salty dog is they're actually making the stuff there. They're grilling it there in front of you. The burgers and the hot dogs and things, they're making it all there, which is great.
Yeah, and the Chipotle chicken.
Yeah, all that stuff.
They had some really good items there, I thought.
Yes. The soft serve, they have soft serve. There's 2 machines.
Mm-hmm.
It is not self-service. You have to typically stand in a line.
Yes.
That is, out of all the lines, that probably seem to always be the longest.
I mean,
and most frequent.
In Carnival is the only one that I'm aware of that has the soft serve ice cream.
Self-serve, soft serve. Say that 10 times
soft-serve.
fast.
But there was always a line on Royal. There was always a line on MSC.
Yeah.
There was always a line
Yeah.
on Princess for the ice cream.
Yeah.
I think anytime it's not self-serve, there's always, and even in
some
Carnival with the self-serve, there were lines.
There can become a little line. It's usually a couple of people deep.
Yeah.
But when it's not self-serve, it's
There's always
5 to 20 people deep.
Yeah.
But part of it too is that they offer, do you want sprinkles? Do you want other things on it?
That's true.
And they're asking questions. Do you want it in a cup? Do you want? I mean, so they themselves are slowing the process down.
Yeah.
Which it is what it is. It's okay. All right. Just beware of
It's
it.
good.
Now, in that same area, they have specialty sundaes.
Yes.
And specialty coffees.
Yes.
I forgot to snap a picture of the ice cream. Did you get it? The specialty ice cream thing?
but it was so dark that I deleted it.
I think they're like $12. It's not inexpensive, but it's like this tall. It's one of those huge, old school, like sundae tall, actually like the old style, old-fashioned milkshake glass thingies.
Yes.
And there's like chocolate melted on the outside, and they pile it in there.
They do.
I would have paid $12 for that.
That was beautiful.
It really was.
It was that
It was
chocolate.
amazing.
And, oh my goodness, it looked amazing.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah.
The specialty coffees were there as
Yes.
well, which we did not partake of any of this. But I don't drink coffee. She does. But we're cheap. We didn't want to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We're trying to get what's included for the fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's talk about, and I think it's supposed to really be main dining,
I think
right?
so, yeah.
We're going to call it the dining experience because we throw the specialty restaurants in there too.
Agreed.
So,
Yeah.
let's first talk about the main dining. So, this ship has 3 different restaurants. They've got Bocelli, Michelangelo, and Da Vinci. Bocelli is in the back on deck 6, and you can only use the rear stairs and elevators to get to it.
Correct.
Don't come front of ship or midship elevators and try to get there. That ain't happening.
No.
Okay. Same thing with
Da Vinci and Michelangelo.
It's on 5. Da Vinci's on 5.
But it's in the midship
But it's in the midship,
elevators.
and it's in the hole. So
Yes.
again, you can only get there from midship.
Yes.
All right. Overall experience from the dining room, again, I will say it's a thumbs up
Yes.
from the dining experience in the dining rooms. However, it does come with some mixed issues. We got a different experience in each restaurant from the level of service.
Yes, agreed.
None of the service was bad. It just, some of it was better. The perfect example. And I'm going to let her tell it because I'm going to get the restaurants wrong. Go ahead.
Okay, so the first night we had dinner in Botticelli. And everything's fine. They're switching out your dirty silverware for your clean silverware. They're taking care of all of that. You got your nice tablecloths. All the food. Can you reach it?
Sorry. I didn't get my pre-show popcorn because I was working.
Yeah, he was working.
So she's going to talk. I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I'm going to talk if you stop talking. Eat your popcorn. So yeah, in Botticelli, everything was fine. The service was fine. We got through dinner and had our dessert. When we went to Michelangelo's the next evening, when they took our dirty dishes away, they had the little breadcrumb scrapers. So they cleaned the top of the table off. They offered us tea or coffee. Would you like tea or coffee with your dessert? And then they brought out the dessert menu, and we had the dessert menu.
Which they didn't do the first night.
They did not do that the first night.
Saying.
So, and we had dinner in Botticelli's, and we also had dinner in Michelangelo's, I believe, 3 times each. And we had different servers, different waiters each time, with the exception of Michelangelo's. We had the same server once. But each time in Botticelli, they did not clean the tablecloth, and they did not offer tea or coffee with dessert. And all 3 times in Michelangelo, they scraped the crumbs off the table and offered tea or coffee. Just a little weird thing there that I wasn't expecting. I would have thought that they would have had the same offerings, the same level of service in all the restaurants.
In Da Vinci, they only scraped the crumbs. They did not offer the coffee or tea.
Yes.
They went halfway there.
Yeah. So just a little interesting side note with that.
It again had no bearing on overall experience.
It did not. It was just
It was fantastic.
One of those. It was. It was very
fantastic.
good. It was just one of those. I wonder why.
Yeah, it was a head scratcher.
Yeah, why if you're going to do it in one restaurant, why don't you do it in all of them?
Yep.
It was just kind of strange.
Yep. It's because different maitre d' runs each of the 3 restaurants.
That is true.
Right?
Now, I will say, in Botticelli, the maitre d' there was absolutely amazing. He came to our table every night.
Twice.
Yes, twice every night. And, this is the dessert you're going to want this evening. Oh, it's amazing. And he would just tell us these things. And he would tell us a little bit about what's going on in the port the next day.
Yeah, tips.
Just tips. It was wonderful.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
The maitre d' in the other restaurants came over and said hello and how is everything. So just
different personalities.
Just totally different personalities. But yeah.
The food. Let's talk about the food.
Okay.
Overall, the food was fantastic.
Agreed.
We didn't have I think a bad meal come out of there.
Agreed.
But I think we talked about this during one of the streams. The menus. I don't know if it's because we have simple tastes, but the menus I feel are a little complex. And I don't know how to explain it in words, and I wish I could, right? And I'm not talking about 5-star Michelin chef, but there's when I was reading the menu last night in Sexy Voice, what was that? Plum Dums or Dum Dums or so I mean there's a lot of stuff in there. I'm like, I've never even heard of this stuff. And Lisa and I, at least I consider myself fairly world traveled. I literally have traveled the world. I've eaten cuisine in many different cultures. And I'm like, does it have to be that complicated?
Yeah.
Right? Like last night, meatloaf. Well, meatloaf's meatloaf. Does it need to be bacon wrapped? I mean,
it was good.
It was. Oddly enough, I didn't personally like the bacon flavor on it. I just, meatloaf is meatloaf. There's a certain flavor you get used to, and okay, bacon just maybe ups it a little bit. But I'm like, anyway, I just think maybe if they could simplify it just a little bit more,
dumb it down a little bit.
Just I don't know.
It all sounds fancy, foo-foo. What do you? Yeah,
yeah.
But everything that came out was amazing.
It was.
It's just like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this or not because I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm going to try it. But it was amazing. Everything that came out was amazing.
It was. Absolutely.
Yeah. And it could, I think it could have, the menus could be simplified so that you know what it is that you're getting. And I think
you're saying dumbing it down is probably the best way to explain it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
because not everybody knows all the, fancy terms for,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Whisking is whisking to me. It's not, you don't, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So let's take a quick pause from that and say hello because a lot more people have shown up. So let's say hello to everybody.
Comments.
I know a lot of people. By the way, first of all, thank you all very much for the thumbs up. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
If you are new to our channel, do us a huge favor. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, become part of the Tall Man Clan. It is free to you, costs you nothing, and it absolutely helps the channel out. And Lisa and I would sincerely appreciate it. If you love cruising and all things cruising, we review ships like no others and do all kinds of other things cruise related. So come join the fun, and Lord knows we do have some fun. And the shenanigans that come along with it. Everybody in the chat can certainly attest to that.
Yes.
And we are glad to have you. At the same time, if you want to see different aspects of certain things that we cover, we put different things in our Facebook group than we do here on YouTube. Perfect example, the pictures and menus of everything that we eat and all the restaurants we go to, we post up on our Facebook group. Please be sure, please, to answer the questions. Meaning, when you come to join the group, it's going to ask you 2 questions. 1, what was the first ship you ever been on? If you can't remember, just put never or tall man. I don't care which you put. Just answer it. Put something there. Put the number 1. The second,
call us nosy for Pete's sake. Yeah. Just put something.
Yeah. The question 2 is about agreeing to the terms of the group, which is essentially just be nice to everybody. Okay. With no spamming. Right? Because if you don't answer the questions, it declines you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you to answer the questions. Okay. All right. So there's that. So let's get to staying.
All
Hello, everybody.
right.
So Nurse, I think we still
we've got
bunch.
a lot.
Good Lord.
Wow.
All right, we left off there.
Hey.
Hello, Charles. No, we've
Did
done
we say
that.
hello to Patricia?
Yes, we did.
Oh, hi.
I'm pretty sure we did. If we didn't, we're going to do it again. Hi, Patricia. And Charles, hello there, buddy. How
Hi.
you doing? Angela, welcome back.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Hope you're feeling better, by the way.
Yes. Macrina has a question for you. Lisa?
Yes.
How was the coffee or specialty coffee if you tried it? I had cappuccino years ago with complimentary pastries, which was good.
I did not try the cappuccino, but I will tell you they have Lavazza coffee, and it's really good. In the buffet, it's good coffee.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I don't like coffee. It's all mud
yeah,
to me.
I didn't have any of the specialty coffees.
Cheap. I told her to go get one. I told her go try it. No, I don't.
I don't remember you saying that, but
Hello,
that's okay.
Hello, Nurse Tara. How are you?
Hi.
Justina. Hey.
Hi.
Hey. We're the TMC. What? Oh. Justina.
We got our cherry pies.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
I'm still noshing on the popcorn, but we'll eat those cherry pies in front of you shortly. Hello, Lori.
Hi.
Sorry if you've answered this already, but what cruise line has had the best internet connection with the least lag or buffering? Carnival.
Yes, Carnival, hands down.
Done.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so disappointed with that.
Yeah.
But
Because Princesses...
We'll get there, but yes,
Yeah.
Princess is a
They
Carnival
are-
corporation company.
Yes.
I just don't makes no freaking sense to me. I'm sorry, I wasn't going to do that tonight, but we're doing it. All right. Again, so hello, Lori. Yes, everybody's saying hello. Macrina says, I always pursue buffet areas even before I get a dish. Pursue. I'll know if I'll be happy with choosing the buffet, but honestly, it's always my last choice. It's a great thing to do. In fact, we part of what we're doing on the ship, we told you we were videoing some content. One of the things is about the buffet, and it is always the best practice to peruse and look around.
Yeah.
Because a lot of ships, everything is different all the way around. Nothing really repeats or very little repeats.
Yeah.
And to our thing, we went in the back and we didn't take our own advice. We forgot to look around because we were in a hurry and we're like, oh, crap, this is what really?
Yeah. How are we going to be dealing with this for 10 days?
And then I got up to get a second plate and found the rest of it. I was like, oh, okay, it's not too bad. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, okay. They're just having conversations with one another.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, we're just here talking. Nobody cares about us. Lindbergh is about 35 minutes away from me. Yeah, they're just learning. Macrina says, Robert, I agree. I love bacon, but not on my meatloaf.
Yeah.
Filet or even burgers.
Yeah, I don't care for it on filet either.
Or my Bloody Mary.
No, she said on my Bloody Mary, yes. A pound of bacon at Pig and Anchor.
And they're having their own meetup before we get together. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Tara, are you doing the group cruise? Love traveling with medical personnel. Tara, Macrina needs you. I really want to, but I already have a cruise booked on those dates.
Aw, we're gonna miss
you. Shame. It's 18 months from now. How much further out do we need to book cruises? Okay, Angela. There's a reason why
Open wide.
Wide right. Oh!
There you go. That was a good one. I hope you had your mouth open.
Yes. I love that you actually got cherry pie. Hey, you said get cherry pie, so we're getting cherry pie. If you eat at the buffets, is there a time limit? There's always a time limit, all right? I mean, so, but there seems to always be some kind of food, right? So at a certain hour, everything on both sides is open, and then they close one side to prepare for lunch, and the other side stays open, right? I don't remember the times. it has never necessarily been important, because if we were late for breakfast and it was lunch, then we just eat lunch. Or it just, because there's just always some kind of food going on somewhere.
There is always something going on.
Nurse Tara's like, I know, I'm already looking at 2026. That's great, but I can't plan a group cruise for, trust me, 18 months was tough for me. I'm like, we tried to do it this year.
Yeah,
but
we're
like,
very last minute people.
one person was like, okay, I'll go with you. Because everybody else has booked their cruises. All right. Shall we get back to the review?
Okay, let's
All
do
right.
it.
Let's get back to the review, and then we'll get back to the chat after. All right?
Right.
So what's next? Here we go. The bars. Per normal, hard for us to talk about because we just don't really drink. But from talking to the people that we come in contact with and paying attention, the bars are plentiful, well-serving, and I heard 0 people complain.
Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't mean there weren't complainers. There was 3,000 people. I didn't ask everybody. But there always seemed to be a server around.
Yes.
They weren't bugging people, but they were present. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right? Because you know, a lot of times, especially with like upselling kind of things,
they'll interrupt your conversation and
in your
ask-
face.
Yes. Yeah.
None of that. But everybody seemed to be able to have a drink when they wanted to have a drink, and everybody was good.
Yeah.
So
They would make eye contact with people as you're walking by, and so you knew that they were there if you needed it.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know we have it as a subject, and we keep it on there because we know a lot of you people out there do like to have a cocktail from time to time. It's just not our favorite thing, but we at least pay attention enough so we can mention it to you.
Yeah.
As far as drink packages and limits and what they offer at the different bars, like every cruise ship, they have bars that do offer different things around the ship. I did not go and get menus from any of them. I do apologize. But generally speaking, everybody seemed to be happy. There was a woman at our table. We had in Da Vinci.
Yes.
We could not have a private table. We had a group table, and the lady had won a bottle of wine in the casino and shared it with the whole table. We obviously passed. We don't really enjoy wine, but the other 2 people, they enjoyed the bottle of wine. So
Yeah, they said it was good.
they do have a specific wine bar down on deck 5. For all the winers out there. And I heard a few people, rave about their experience down there. So, all right. So that's the bars. Let's move on.
All right.
Popcorn everywhere. Sorry.
Activities.
So I would say the activities on this ship are more dated than other cruise lines we've been on recently.
Yeah, definitely old school.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
More, 2000s cruising than 2020s cruising.
Yeah, art auctions and champagne with the art auctions, and you don't
Sexy leg contest.
sexy leg contest.
They're gonna again. They had a martini. How to make it was at the pool, not at a bar, but at the pool.
Yes.
And they had this martini thing, and then they were handing them out to people, and
They were. The louder you scream, the more
alcohol we
he
pour.
pours.
didn't cost anything.
Nope.
So and then they had some judges of that, and they were getting a drink. They were fun activities.
Yeah.
There was 0 wrong with them. And of course they still have the bingo, and they have trivia.
Oh yeah. Well, of course.
And workout classes and yoga and cycle and
dance classes.
yes.
And they've got all of that.
yes, dance classes. But overall, if you put it together as a group, you put the activities together as a whole, I would say slightly dated. And I don't mean that as a bad comment. Right, so definitely, I give the activities a thumbs up.
Yep, I
Okay.
agree. Thumbs up.
Let's move on.
Okay.
My favorite subject, entertainment. That's entertainment. Okay, overall, you guys will enjoy the entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say some of it's a bit slower than some ships we've been on. They've got a party band, right? Like a 5-6 piece band.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. We listened to them play, all the hits.
They sounded
They
great.
were great.
Yeah.
There was a string duo. They
were
sounded great.
amazing.
There
The
was a guitarist and vocalist. Every time we walked by, they were playing something Spanish. So I'm going to assume that was their thing. But there was rarely anybody hanging out there with them.
Yeah.
When they were in the club, there was 2 tables, and one of them left right when we came in. And when they were in the lobby, the piazza, there was literally only a couple of people hanging out. So I don't know if they were good or bad because we just didn't stand in front of them long enough. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, they sounded good when I was walking by. They
they
sounded great.
They sounded great for the few minutes that I was there too.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you would enjoy them, right?
Mm-hmm.
The solo guitarist guy that we saw in the wheelhouse, we only watched him play one. I think you guys will enjoy it.
Yeah, he sounded good too.
The production shows you will most likely enjoy, as well as the atmosphere. Like, they brought on a bunch of comedians.
They did. They had at least 3 different comedians.
It was 3 or 4.
Yeah, it was at least
Had
3.
A bunch of comedians.
And they had like 3 shows a day.
Yeah, because they brought them on and got them off. And,
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
a lot of comedy shows.
and a lot of just everybody loved the comedians. Most of the comedians, the Carnival Corporation, they're the ones that go on the Carnival ships, and most people love the Carnival comedians. They share them with Princess, right? They don't share the Starlink very well, but they share the comedians, right? So overall, I feel you guys will enjoy the entertainment.
Yes.
From an entertainer standpoint, I was not the least bit impressed. The party band was pretty good. I enjoyed them. I thought the duo was boring. The strings were great.
The strings were amazing.
Yeah, the solo guitarist bored me to death. The vocal and guitarist, they bored me to death. The production shows, the band was pretty good. The dancers were pretty good, but the vocalists, they were not.
They were across the board, yeah.
I will say one thing that did impress me. I forget which show it was that we watched, but they had some sign language that was part of their choreography.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah, I loved that.
That was great. Again, remember, that's not about the performers. That's about the people who put the shows together. But in the end, you, the person sitting in the audience, are watching how they're put it together.
Yeah.
From the entertainer in me, I just was not impressed at all.
I liked
whatsoever.
that they actually had a band rather than canned music for their shows.
Yeah, I like that too.
There's so many
ships have gotten
shows.
away.
Yeah, they've gotten away from having the live music, and I just loved that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Though the drummer wasn't playing any of that second show, it seemed like. I'm watching him, and I mean, he may have been adding, but
he wasn't doing the main.
It was all in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, personal, right? Overall, I feel you out there, the lay people who are not behind the scenes kind of entertainment, you will enjoy it. In fact, most people we heard talking about it, they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I gave you sort of both opinions. What I feel you would like, I feel you would like all the entertainment. Not me. Oh, and the DJ. For God's sakes, man, turn that down. Just 10 dB, man. I'm telling you, the space shuttle was quieter than this guy. I'm just saying.
It was loud.
Even though there was people in there, I bet that place would have been twice as packed if he would just turn it down just a little bit. Again,
I do tend to agree, and he talked a lot over the music too.
Oh my God.
He talked an awful lot.
Yeah, unimpressed with the DJ.
Yeah.
He couldn't even mix the songs together.
Yeah.
I mean,
one would end, and then
and I'm not a DJ. I promise you. Give me 10 minutes. I will figure that out, and I would be up there. She knows me. I'm telling you.
He would.
Absolutely. That is probably the only thing I was truly. Even you guys as layperson would hear that because you're dancing, and then all of a sudden,
the music stops.
And it's a different song at a different beat.
Tempo.
And like, whoa, what just happened? Everybody trips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yell with me. Anyway, so let's move on.
All right.
Customer service. Okay. I feel our engagement with customer service overall was pretty good.
Yeah.
Both pre cruise and during the cruise.
Yeah, I would agree.
We had issues again with our medallion and things, and it all sort of. Everybody was really good. Yeah. I found ourselves down there a couple times for a couple different things, and I was just very satisfactory with how all things were answered, and so
Yeah, very friendly. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The internet girl, she had the personality of a doorknob. However, she did do what she said she was gonna do, which I appreciate. She called me back. She followed up. She did what she needed to do. She just had the personality of a doorknob, which for some people would be off-putting because she did seem kind of short and rude. It's just her personality. So maybe she doesn't belong in a direct customer contact position. I don't know. But she followed through and she did her job. And so even though she has got a personality of a doorknob, I would give her a thumbs up. Really. So, all right. Yeah, I just not too much more I can say about customer service. I don't, it's strange unless you have like a really horrible problem. It's hard to judge customer service.
It is because they answer your questions and they're very friendly and okay.
Right.
That's great, but when it comes to real problem solving,
the I feel in a lot of cases, I guess there with customer service before and after cruises or before or during cruises, a lot of things can go one of two ways. And the one of two ways is simply there are a set of rules, and I feel a lot of times customer service gets a bad rap because somebody wants that person in customer service to break a rule.
I can see that.
For their benefit.
Yeah, I can see that.
And when it doesn't happen, customer service gets a bad rap.
Yeah. Quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how else to say those things to you guys. But the reality is they're there to answer your questions and solve problems within the set rules of guidelines, right? If you're unhappy with your cabin because of A, B, C, D, and E, and it's within the guidelines and the ship's full and they can't move you, it's not their fault. I do seem to remember communicating and having a conversation with somebody. I forget if it was this cruise or the last cruise, but she put her foot down more than once. And by the third time she put her foot down, the customer service story changed slightly, and she got her way. And so she didn't have nice things to say about customer service, even though she got her way. So I feel the customer service was fine in our engagement. So hopefully that helps you guys out. Let's move on.
All right.
The ship. Okay, so again, built in 2007, went into dry dock in 2019 for some upgrades and updating and things. I think the overall look, you saw all the deck tours. If you haven't, there's a playlist on our channel. We do like 360-degree full walking tours. You can go check them out. Yes, it has what I feel a slightly dated look. Obviously, the way that the layout is based upon how cruise ships were made in 2007. I enjoyed it. I didn't have a problem with the layout of the ship and how the decks were for the most part. There were a few exceptions, like the pool in the back. It just hard to get to.
There was a little bit of awkwardness.
The Lotus pool, hard to get to.
Yes.
There's a few areas of the ships that are sort of hard to get to. But generally, I would say well kept.
I definitely would say it was well taken care of, yeah.
In interior spaces.
Yes.
Let's talk first of all.
Okay.
I would note maybe one exception. The tile on the
Yes.
floor at the buffet, whoever installed that needs to be shot. That tile is atrocious. They're all popping up. I think they replaced a couple of them like during our cruise.
I think they did.
And
I
there's
know I saw one that was taped down.
Yeah, and there's a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
When
when you walk on it, you
Can-
hear that hollow sound like it's
and they're
not
creaking.
adhered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they're going to be able to fix that in the middle of things, but
I don't know either.
that tile needs some work.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, the teak wood outside, it's worn, but they're constantly doing maintenance. I mean, they were revarnishing handrails, and they were out chipping off paint,
rust and old paint.
on the promenade and stuff, and
Yeah.
they're constantly doing work.
And you saw people walking around with like the fabric.
Yeah, I
fabric
think they're about
chips.
to also do some additional. I'm out at 2:00 in the morning. I'm a late person. This is why I get to see a little bit more than Lisa, because I'm out at night walking around sometimes, and I see and hear things. There was this guy with a backpack. 1:30 in the morning. He had like fabric swatches and colors and things, and he was sitting down, and I saw him doing a couple one of these things and taking some notes. So I'm not sure what they're about to do, but. They may be getting some new things. I don't know.
Oh, I think they're definitely doing that. Even one day, we were in port, and they said, "Okay, everybody, on deck,
Oh, that's right.
10, 11, and 12, you need to stay off your balconies today because we are loading in new chairs. They are
From the
too
outside.
big to go from the inside, so we have to put them on the balconies from the outside." So they're definitely updating and replacing
Yeah.
furniture and taking care of things.
I don't think they are getting rid of the ship tomorrow.
I don't think they are either. They
No.
are investing a lot into the
Yeah.
maintenance of
Yeah.
this ship, so I think it's going to be around a while.
Yep.
Definitely.
So, so I would say, overall, I had a good time on the ship.
Yeah, me
with
too.
with the way that it was laid out.
Yeah.
Now that being said, we sat with some people at breakfast who spent on a bunch of Princess cruises, and said if this was their first Princess cruise, they would never return.
They did. They did say that.
Because most of the ships they've been on have been their newer ships. So we haven't experienced any of their newer ships. Now, I know that sounds funny, right? But this was our first Princess cruise. And now, let me back up. This was our 5th total Princess cruise. But it's the very first one we've taken in 14 years.
It's been a while.
And so,
It's been a while.
yes. So the last ship we were on, it was made in, I don't know, 2010 or, I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah.
So anything newer than we have no idea. We don't know if they've changed the layout. We don't know how they've progressed. So we are very much looking forward to going on another Princess cruise, but one of their not 17-year-old ships.
Yes.
Maybe one that's
Exactly.
2 or 3 or 4 years old. okay?
Exactly.
But to their point, they had been on a bunch of the newer ships, absolutely fantastically. They loved it, but they said if this was the ship they went on first, they wouldn't have returned to Princess.
They did say that.
Based upon the ship,
Yes.
not the food and not the service. So, speaking of which, and I suppose we can throw the service part into the ship a little bit.
All right.
I would venture to say the oldest crew I've ever seen on a ship.
Hands down. Hands down. These guys have been around for a while.
Yeah.
They know their jobs and they do them well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. And I don't necessarily also mean that they're seasoned either.
Mm-hmm.
I just mean, wow, he's a little old to be bussing tables, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
There's definitely more than one person with gray hair that doing jobs that we see the
that are not in supervisor positions at their age.
yes, yeah,
Okay, so that's really
that they all had a smile on their face.
Oh my gosh,
and
yes.
they all took care
Fantastic.
of us. Yeah,
it's fantastic. Absolutely.
without a doubt.
So let's get back to chat, and then we'll do our last part of the review.
All right.
I
I know there's a lot of communication
Yes.
going on between each other.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if any of this is for us.
I don't know.
We're not back yet.
Oh, I want a cherry pie. That's Macrina. We'll start there. Oh, I want a cherry pie now.
Oh, Angela caught the popcorn.
Angela caught it. You're welcome. I'm a slow eater. Might take me a while. Ask Bev. Ooh, my favorite place.
If you're talking about time limits on how long you can stay in the restaurant, no.
No.
You can stay in there
Yeah.
as long as you need to, so you take
Yeah.
your time.
Absolutely. Sure. I'm slow too. By the time I get my food, then wash my hands, then cut up everything. Watch me cut up my salad. Oh, I cut my salad too.
Yeah.
It's the best way to eat it. Yep. Everyone is done, and I'm just starting to eat.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can all sit at the same table.
Yeah. When you guys are ready to eat, I politely leave. I mean, that's what I did. I'll see y'all later. Just come find me, call me, chat with me. It's all good. Take your time, have fun. Right? That's one of the things that I love about cruising, right? I mean, at a restaurant, it's a little bit different. At a restaurant, where do you go? You're in the restaurant, you're done,
Yeah.
right? On
You
a
just
ship,
got to sit there.
you
But
just go and do something else.
go watch the sunset.
Yeah,
go,
whatever.
Yeah, watch
Just-
the sexy legs contest.
Yeah. Anyway,
Those are white legs.
those are. They
Yeah.
need some tan. I don't wear a Speedo. Got up kind of high.
You did.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Great, Macrina. I will have company. Yes, this one too.
Mhm,
You guys
absolutely.
are all going to be. I'll just see you later. Just, you know what? I'm not going to go on the cruise. See ya. I enjoy great group tables to meet people, talk, cruise, and enjoy. Those are the people I see then all week and greet again during the week. Absolutely. And we talked about this before in a previous stream. If it wasn't for us doing what we do on ships, we would sit with groups every night and try maybe different groups every night instead of the same people, so we meet a bunch of new people because we enjoy that ourselves. We only choose two tops just because we're
Time
able to
limits.
get in and get out so we can
Yeah.
do what we need to do for you guys. So, and again, that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it's a penalty. It's just anyway. Angela says, I'll be having dessert while you're still eating dinner. While I hang out with daughter, I'll be wanting to feed her because she eats slow too. Yeah, I'm like, come on, let's go. And again, that's why I love cruising. Angela,
So
you and I
yeah,
will go.
you two can go off and do whatever.
We'll go out dancing
Thank
and
you.
y'all, those
Yeah.
slow eaters can slow eat. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, another one.
Yes. We appreciate the thumbs up, you guys. We really do.
Come on, get some of this. Okay. Macrina says, love my trivia, fun squad games, and Lido activities. Yeah, they had all of this. Really. I mean,
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
Just 20s, 2000s, excuse me. Not 2020, but 2000 type activities. Just a little. Okay. Is the Horizon the same size as the Vista? I believe it actually is. Isn't it a Vista class ship?
I think it is.
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
pretty sure.
Angela says, I'm in D.C. down the street from Washington Hospital Center. We're going to be in Virginia not too long from now. Come visit us. Of course, it's West. Not West Virginia, but anyway. Yes, they are both Vista class ships. See, I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hope for no rudeness at all. Yeah, of course. Nobody wants to.
Yeah.
Antonio says, I currently work in customer service. I've never been called a doorknob, but I have been called many other things.
Oh.
I just, this girl,
Yeah.
she just was, there's just no personality at all. Now, mind you, This was the internet person, not the customer
customer
service
service.
people. But she has to deal with customers one-on-one all the time. She was part of the, what was that area? The Ocean Center, a little
I don't
blue
remember what
desk
they
on
called
deck
it.
7 that you're going to walk by 6 million times.
Where you get your medallion bracelets and necklaces
Yeah.
and watches and all of the stuff for the medallion.
Yeah. It just it might as well have been a row. It's just, yeah, I'm sorry, doorknob.
I wasn't there, so I didn't witness it. I have no input on that.
Yeah. Rudeness gets you nowhere. Be nice. The less stress you create, the better you'll feel. That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But unfortunately, it's the loud ones that get stuff because they give them to them because typically they're loud. Just shut them up. Typically, I'm just saying that seems to be the way, which is brutal and it's just wrong. It
Yeah.
should be the ones that are polite, that are following the rules or being generous or this, that, or whatever. In fact, on a side note for customer service, when we were asking on day 1 about the amount of passengers on the ship, and I'm always saying funny things to people, just always. You haven't figured that out yet. And I said to him, oh, well, if somebody doesn't show up, we'll happily take that upgrade. He says, no, come back tomorrow. If somebody didn't, come in, we'll see. Literally what he said to me. I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. We never went back. We're happy with what we get.
Yeah.
We're those people. Anyway, I was looking at the horizon today. Wow, that ship looks gorgeous. Yes, it does.
Doesn't it? I'm excited.
Do you want to see the horizon? Here.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties,
pineapples.
ducks, and of course the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see you
you
on the horizon. Time for pie. Reminds me of the pastries that I had in the morning for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
Everybody
bad.
good? Pie?
Yeah,
Pie?
cherry pie. Cherry pie.
Pie? Got to have pie. For pie.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm. Not bad.
There you go. There's Horizon. If you're new to the channel and didn't know, yes, we're about to have a group cruise. Well, about to have it in 18 months from now. On the Carnival Horizon, 8-day southern cruise out of Miami, going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And we have cabins held at a certain price point for a few more days. They go away on June 6th.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I can't get more cabins, but the prices that we've been announcing, those prices will go away. So if you want to join the group cruise, please send me an email. The deposit is only $50. That's it. Again, by the way, we're not travel agents. We didn't set this group cruise up so we can make money off you guys. We make nothing here, okay? This is just to spend time with you guys and have a really amazing time doing fun things together.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
All right, so join the group cruise. Just send me an email, and I will put you in contact with the agent that has put together this group for us. You do have to book into the group to be part of the group activities. Roughly 700-ish for an inside per person. That is taxes and port charges included. Ocean views are 900-ish per person, and balconies are about 1,200-ish per person. Okay, there is onboard credit that also comes with your cabins as part of the group. So I'm telling you, and I started looking at some more cruises myself again today. Yeah, they are selling out, guys.
Yeah.
So there may not be a ton more opportunity for you to join the group cruise. If you're watching this 3 months from now, we may not be able to get more cabins. I'm just shocked at how well cruises are selling right now.
Yeah,
So,
I
anyway.
have been as well. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so let's get back to our review because we have one more thing to do.
Yep.
However, before I get to this one thing, let's address the mother buffer.
Okay.
Okay, so many of you have been watching us. Obviously, while we were on the ship, we had some of the just horrendous problems that we've had being on a ship trying to connect with the internet.
Yes.
All right. I just want to say this. The reality is very simple. In no way are my comments or our experience the same experience probably any of you will have.
Agreed.
If you want to go on there and check your email, go on your Facebook, your Instagram, watch a movie. Now, if you're watching a movie, there may be a little buffer from time to time. Okay? But just about everything I said is about download. Okay? Their download speed was good enough for everything that I just mentioned. Our issues come because we were trying to create a live show and upload it to you live, which takes a certain amount of bandwidth. Now, here on dry land, that bandwidth I can get that from my phone. Okay. However, on a ship, it's different. So, their internet, they boast the fastest internet at sea. I can certainly tell you it is not. However, you, generally the public, for checking your emails, staying in contact with your loved ones. I heard people on the phone talking through like a WhatsApp.
Yeah, several people on the phone actually.
That all worked great.
Yes.
None of you will have a problem.
Agreed.
So I just want to make sure I said that before we moved on to our final review, because obviously this was a topic every day on the ship throughout the shows.
Every day.
Okay? Because we do a live show and we do it nightly. And it was just problematic. Okay? But that is, in the end, no reflection of the speed they offer. In my opinion, it should be better. It shouldn't be a problem, but that's just my opinion. It shouldn't be, it shouldn't affect you guys. Okay? Enter into the fact that, like on Carnival, their speed is so fast, we can actually stream to 2 locations at one time. Right? Again, that takes double the amount of bandwidth. Okay? So, Princess being a Carnival Corporation company, it just does not compute why their systems are not the same. Because Carnival as a corporation would have went to Elon Musk and Starlink and said, outfit my corporation, all my ships, give me a discount because we're going to give you all of our cruise lines. Because that's how big business does it. The more you buy, the less they pay. And so I can't compute in my brain why that ship we were just on doesn't have the same exact equipment that the Carnival Jubilee has. Right? Well, maybe slightly different because it was 2000. But I think you get the point. But in the end, overall, as a paying passenger going to stream a movie, check your email, get on Facebook, call someone, you are not going to have problems.
Agreed.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, all right, ready to move
All right,
on?
let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Last and not least. Overall experience. Outside of the conversation we just had, throw that away. It's gone. For me, without a doubt, I am definitely ready.
Yep. Yeah.
Lisa, where are you?
I don't know.
We'll get that worked out here soon.
Yeah.
Overall, here's, and we talked about this actually while we were on the ship. And again, I don't know if it's because the ship was 17 years old. I don't know if their newest ships have a different feel. I don't know. But on that 10-day cruise we were just on, that was one of the most relaxing cruises we have been on in a long time.
Yeah.
I don't mean relaxing because it was 10 days. Because it was a very port rich. I mean, we had 2 sea days to begin with, but then
Port.
yeah, we only had 1 sea day.
Yeah.
Day and a half.
Total of 3 sea days.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
It's just the passengers, the clientele on our particular voyage. It was a very calm and relaxed environment the whole time.
Yeah.
There was no
rowdiness.
pushy. Yep, no rowdiness. Not a lot of pushing.
No rudeness.
Not a lot.
There was
of
a little,
rudeness.
but not
Obviously,
a lot.
the people who put their stinking towels in the chair every day at 7 a.m. There was rudeness.
Okay, there was a little rudeness.
People generally waiting in line. People cutting. But relaxed.
Yeah.
And so
everybody was on vacation and they were there to enjoy themselves.
yes. So if you are looking for a cruise line to have a really relaxing time out of the big, party atmosphere sort of cruises, if you will, the carnivals or royal. And there's nothing wrong with that. Again, there's nothing wrong with that.
Definitely not.
We enjoy that from time to time. But to be on this particular ship and just go, it was fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
Would highly recommend it. Oh, thank you for your thumbs down. Not a problem. I'm entitled to my opinion. You are entitled to yours. Feel free to type it in the chat. We'd be glad to have you here. Right? Anyway, so overall experience, absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And so we feel you guys would too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to chat.
All right.
Let's see here. Looking at the horizon now. There we go. Macrina says, or Angela says, Macrina, we will just ask Jesus to take the wheel at point. There you go.
Yep.
Tara, Macrina says, the horizon is my favorite after the XL ships. There you go. And thank you for a thumbs up.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Yep. I'm looking for Lisa will have company now and Robert can go do his thing.
Yay.
Yes.
We're going to send Robert and Angela off together.
The TMC ladies will be chatting and eating and Robert's going to lose his co-host. No, it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
Oh, I'm sure Angela can take over.
We're hanging together, Robert. Salem, Virginia.
Yeah.
If you wanted to know.
Yeah.
What is next on the Robert and Lisa to-do list? Oh,
we got to go back to work.
yeah. Dude, we just.
Thanks for bringing that
up. Yeah. Going back to work.
Yeah.
We have some ideas that we had before we got on the ship. This current set of ships, things we'd like to do in the fall.
Yes.
But we won't know if we can bring any of them to fruition until we get back to work. And so it's just, we got to go back to work.
Yeah.
So it really will be probably 6 to 8 weeks before probably 6 weeks, I would think, before we see where we're really at.
Yeah.
So,
I would agree.
and of course, I'm not going to tell you anyway, even if we had a plan, because it's surprise. Got to get a little closer. It's too far away. Oh, Robert, I absolutely love the promo video. I know.
Aw, thank you.
Ready to party group cruise, right?
Yes.
I love being on Carnival. I'm so comfortable with all their ships. It's like my own living room. Look, I was sitting with this guy, Big Mike. Who you are, Big Mike.
Hi, Big Mike.
Who old basketball coach.
Mhm.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Tall man, clan guy.
That's
Anyway.
the Big Mike.
Yes. He cruises a lot of Princess, and for the same reason, he's gotten very comfortable with the ships, and it's the same way. When you find your cruise line,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one you choose, and that's the one you go to, it really it becomes like your favorite pair of jeans to put on,
Right.
or your favorite little shirt to wear that's loose and comfortable when you're just lounging around at home.
Yeah, it just fits.
It just fits.
Yeah.
And for us, Chris, we cruise a ton of all of them. Not all of them, but we've cruised many of them, and we like them all for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And though we say we may have close to a couple of favorites, I'm not sure we would ever just pick one. Right? I'll give another example. We have some friends who, for the most part, exclusively cruise one cruise
Royal.
line or another,
Mhm.
right? And they're actually beginning to get a little tired of it
Mm-hmm.
because it's the same old apples,
Yes.
right? Week after week after week after week. Now they do a lot of cruises. And so that's part of the thing because they do a lot of cruises.
Yes.
They have some friends that are, like 7 weeks on, 1 week off, 6 weeks on, 2 weeks. And we were talking about this. It's day one's menu, day two's menu,
Mm-hmm.
day three menu, 4, 5, 6, 7, changeover. Day one menu, day two menu. I mean, it's literally, it's like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah.
And to me, that's also why I enjoy going on different cruise lines. It's different food, it's different people, it's different personalities,
Different atmosphere.
different atmosphere. It's just
activities.
everything is different,
Yeah.
yet it's the same.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Different yet the same. I don't know. It's just me. Now, what do we give up? We give up maybe some loyalty program things. The reality is the only thing that we really give up, we lose the laundry that we would get done on Carnival.
Yeah.
Because we just
We don't use anything else.
no. Getting on the ship first, getting off the ship first. 10% off a photo.
We haven't bought photos, and I can't tell you when.
We got our own cameras and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
10% off spa treatments. Okay, that would be a nice thing. Maybe, we might do that, right? But, so we don't feel that we lose anything.
Yeah, agreed. And we gain so much more because variety is the spice of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep.
It's actually really good, Justina.
It is good.
We're going to eat another bite of your pie. Justina's pie.
It is good. Surprisingly, I wasn't sure.
Justina, you buy a good pie. It's like, now I want cherry pie.
Yeah. I haven't had cherry pie in a long time.
We don't have cherry pies like that here. I don't even know where she got.
I got it at Aldi.
Aldi.
It's just an Aldi brand.
Aldi brand. There you go. Go to Aldi.
Yeah, it's actually pretty
Patricia,
good.
there's got to be an Aldi by you.
Yeah.
I love Lisa's face when Robert says,
Yeah. He gets that look frequently.
bruised permanently.
Yeah.
I just how I spoke when we met. How I spoke now. 20-some odd years.
No, you didn't speak that way when we met.
I did. I've always spoke that way. It
Not
just
in front of
bothers
me.
me. Huh?
You're not in front of me.
Always in front of you. Always. Are you sure you want to hang with us? I don't know. Absolutely. I don't think they're ready. Well, the good news is I have a cabin to retreat to. Sorry, guys. I've had enough. Gotta go. Lori says, I like doing TikTok lives. And yeah, they would have sucked. Yeah, look, for the content creators in the world, and I'm assuming you're getting back to the internet troubles.
Yes.
You know, when we went back down that night, the first night with the rain and all the problems, when I went down to deck 7 on my phone onto Facebook, I was able to connect. Now, it did cut me off a couple times, but not nearly as bad
As YouTube.
And so if you're doing a TikTok and it's live and you're there for 3, 4, 5 minutes or whatever it is, or even a little bit longer, you would have been okay. In fact, I was on Facebook for 26 minutes. I only hung up because I went to go find her because I was expecting her to come down, and y'all were like, go find your wife.
And
so,
I was icing my back. I had no idea
She had
y'all
no
were
idea.
looking for
Yeah.
me.
So,
No clue.
but outside of that, you know, I don't know why it's YouTube, and I don't know what, because it's just a simple bandwidth thing, and my system looks at the bandwidth. It says here you're getting 0.8, like 0.8. I got that in 1980 with old dial modem. Anyway, so I like the Horizon Skyride, bikes in the sky. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can.
Oh, okay.
Lisa's gonna make the donuts. That's right. Well, that was what I wondered, if you guys had to work or if there was something else going on you had announced when I wasn't on. No, we're going back to work. It's remember, our schedule is normally 4 months work, 2 months cruising, 4 months work, 2 months cruising. That's the general cycle.
But we did work very hard during these 2 months to come up with a lot of content. So
Yeah.
we will be very visible this time while we're working.
Yeah, there's not going to be gaps. We'll have there'll be 4 videos at the very least being put out every week for the deck plans, with the cabin tours and stuff, the cabin decks and the individual decks again, just so they're by themselves. So there'll be 4 of those every week. I'm planning on 3 or more shorts every week going out. We're going to be streaming once a week, if not twice a week on top of it. It's just not going to be from a ship. So there's just a shift. So you're not going to be without us, and we won't be without you. Some of it's just going to be schedule dictated, right? So, some of the things that we do, we don't finish until 10 o'clock at night. And so that's going to make it challenging to have streams during those time, unless I leave work early and come do it by myself, and Lisa joins, if at all we're still on, but joins me late.
Yes.
And
We've done that before, so we may have to do that again.
Yeah, we may have to do that again. But this is all about, being here for you guys and for the cruise industry, and doing what we do for the channel, right? And so we're going to continue on. No more big lags.
Yeah, we made a decision that this...
We're all in this year, 100%.
We are all in, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We've been very, very, very upfront with you guys. Everybody here, always. That's one thing I think a lot of you like about us, is there's no falseness, no fake, like the guy that gave us the thumbs down. I'm happy he gave us the thumbs down. But, or woman, man or woman, but it would have been nice if that person said something.
Why?
Right? You want to have a voice? You can give us a thumbs down, but say something.
Yeah.
You not like me ranting about the internet? I'm fine with it. Or you lagging behind and didn't like what I said about the entertainment, or just man or woman up, and we can have a conversation about it. And I'm just happy to see the thumbs down and having a conversation about it. But and that's why we're here. That's why we do the live.
Yeah.
Right? As opposed to doing pre-produced content. With pre-produced content, there's zero interaction. There just isn't. And so we want to have that connection and the community with you guys. And we want to do it full time. And so to do it full time, we have to be all in. And so we are all in. And as the channel grows, hopefully we will be able to one day make that big switch, right? Where there's enough. Oh, and thank you.
Thank you.
Somebody else offsetting the thumbs down.
Thank you so much.
True story. Most people don't know this, but thumbs up, thumbs down. YouTube doesn't matter one way or the other.
It's interaction.
It's looked at the same way.
It is.
So it doesn't matter. So, but yeah, so we want to be full-time creators, lose the day jobs, and it won't be 4 months of work and 2 months on cruise ships and 4 months. It'll be 12 months on cruise ships. It won't be full-time. It'll be probably 2 cruises a month. That's literally our goal.
Yeah.
2 cruises a month.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then because we have our RV channel that we want to support full-time as well. And so 2 and 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 2. That's what we want to do. Right? So how do we do it? We do it by going full speed ahead.
That's right.
Damn torpedo, full speed ahead. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, Vanessa had the best horn.
Where's Danny? Don't know. Haven't seen him in a couple days.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
Macrina says, if we had a problem of cruising 7 out of 8 weeks every few months, I would want to cruise other lines too. Yeah.
Yes.
Once I get Diamond, I will certainly try more lines.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand that too. It just, you get to Diamond, you spend all that energy and time, and I know it's a goal, obviously, and so we're all goal-oriented people, and you're going to get there. But then if you go on another cruise that Diamond doesn't go with you, unless it's MSC, you would get to take it with you there.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Oh, that's right. You're in Canada. I forgot. Okay.
Oh.
I'm coming up to the border. I'm going to bring some with me. Shh. I'm kidding. No, we're not.
That would be an awfully long drive.
I'm going to Aldi's to get cherry pie. Yeah, look, it's pie in a box, guys. It is what it is. It's like McDonald's apple pie or cherry pie. It has that flavor, and it just is something that's very a comforting flavor. That being said, I'm going to have some more of that.
It's got that sugar on the crisp crust.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, that's it. I'm going for another bite too. Gotta do it.
Man, I'm gonna have to finish it now. Why wait?
Who knew? Well, I mean, we haven't been here for what, 5 weeks? So I went out and bought groceries this morning, and I'm walking by Aldi, and I was like, "Oh, look, cherry pie, perfect."
Yeah, I remember we said yesterday we got home and it was like, oh crap, there's nothing in here.
Yeah, thank goodness I had a few things frozen, because otherwise, yeah, back to our old eating habits now.
Yeah, no more foo-foo stuff that we can't understand.
Yeah, but I will say, as much as I enjoyed the princess popcorn, I like mine better.
Her popcorn's amazing. Too bad we can't smuggle some of your popcorn in.
I know. I was thinking about that, wondering how we could do it.
I mean, we can't.
No.
Can't bring any open food on the ship.
No.
It's confiscated.
Right. Yep.
And we can't bring a microwave. They confiscate that. They don't have microwaves. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not gonna happen.
Macrina says, I cruised NCL Princess and Carnival and prefer the Carnival fun. One day, when I become older or crickety, I will change to Holland.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I will say, one other thing about the passengers, if you will, our experience on Princess. We seem to remember when we had been on there last that we were like the youngest people on there. This was a much more diverse crowd.
I think so.
From an age standpoint.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, this was also a 10-day cruise. And so
true.
This was no fluke. Because normally the longer cruises, you're not going to get a ton of younger people because they're all working still. However, there was a decent mixture of people on this 10-day cruise.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be Holland. Try Princess. Anyway, Grinna says, I'm staying on the fun ship. You stay young even when you're crickety. Yes. That's what we're talking. Everybody's got a ship. Everybody's got a ship.
Absolutely.
Yep. Danny and Little One-on-One are AWOL. Yep. Yep. Both of them. Haven't booked a group cruise yet either.
Y'all can have until June 6th at this rate.
I called out Lori, and all of a sudden she's messaging me, I'm so sorry, I'm procrastinating. It's done. See you on the ship, Lori. You too, Antonio.
Yeah,
Faith.
I'm so looking forward
Cause
to
gotta
it.
have a faith. I gotta have faith. Cause gotta have faith, faith, faith. I gotta have faith, faith, faith. Ah, baby. Sorry. I digress. And don't worry, I won't quit my day job. Not yet until this I can quit for here. Okay. We can do the sky ride together. I'm very adventurous. Yeah, y'all. I'll video you from the ground.
Yeah, I'll do the sky ride. He won't.
Late streams are great. I get off at 11 p.m., so it works for me.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's talking about when we're
Yes.
at work.
Yes.
Yep. We'll get senior discounts. It's all engagement according to YouTube. Yep, it is.
It is.
Yep. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
Just, that's the only thing. Just offer the opinion with the thumbs down. Why? We'll engage in a conversation.
Yeah.
It's all good. Worst things that happen is I press the button. Not that button. I love the interactions. You do your videos, shorts, and also tours, but the interaction keeps it informative platform for live comments and questions. That's probably why we all stay. I do. Well,
Yeah,
exactly.
we love the interaction.
And you never know when Robert will start reading the menu in a sexy voice, turn off the lights, turn on the music.
Oh my gosh.
We're not doing that tonight.
No.
No. We aren't going to make that a thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to do it. If it's a menu thing, we can only do it when we're cruising.
Well, see, I'm sure you can come
I'll
up with
figure
sexy
something.
music. You'll figure something
No,
out. I know
it's
you will.
Reading the menus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll come up with something. What kind of work do you do if it's not too personal? We'd like to keep that private for a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
So it is, and it's not, but it's just, it's our thing, right? So, and I agree. Yes, I'm glad you agree. Tara, they never tell us. No. Gotta have something to ourselves. Jeez, you drive with us for gosh sakes.
Right?
Bev and I would meet you in Buffalo. Yeah, we're not going to Buffalo. Oh, actually, we've already been to Buffalo. We go to Buffalo
in the spring.
in the spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There and gone. Yep. Patricia, cross over to Buffalo. They should have an Aldi. They do.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Lori. Wasn't sure. It's like the Hostess, former Dolly Man. Yeah, exactly. It's good. It's got that flavor that you remember. It's, I don't know. For me, it's not a bad flavor. I like it. I like it. Oh. I'm going to Aldi's and getting that pie. Have you ever seen them there before? Or did they just stand out because
they just stood out because we had been talking about them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes Aldi brings something in and they have it like this amount of time.
No, but this it's
Baker
called
Treat?
Baker's Treat,
Baker's
and
Treat?
I think that's one of their normal brands. I believe so.
How much was it?
89 cents.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Look who it is. It's
Hi there,
Ozan
yes.
from Turkey or Ukraine, Turkey. Hey,
We
buddy.
haven't seen you in a while.
How you been?
Yes. Welcome back.
Where is the Turk? I don't know. Where have you been? By the way, to the thumbs down people, take this. No, No, they're welcome to it. It's all good.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fine.
speaking of welcome to it, let's get you back to a little bit of that.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're not haters. It's okay.
Tara, just keep asking. Hush, Robert, hush. Macrina says, when I was on Princess, unbeknownst to us, it was a bingo cruise. Oh my God, scooters. Old ones, the first 3 days. Then they disappeared. They napped after the bingo bonanza.
That's funny.
Oddly enough, I've heard that about other sort of specialty cruises as well, that they didn't know, like, but it was more like they were on a heavy metal special cruise and walking around with everybody in black and or other things, and not their cup of tea, if you will.
Yeah, we've been on cruises before that we were like, wow, we didn't get the memo.
Yeah. Where's the memo, please?
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Nurse Tara says, can you start planning the 2026 group cruise before I start booking stuff?
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. Killing me, woman. You know, the honest answer is yes, we could. But the reality is I don't want to. Only because we currently work 4 months, have 2 months off, work 4 months, have 2 months off. By 2026, I'm hoping that not to be the case, which means the group cruise does not have to be in November or December, which is a crappy month. Obviously, I mean, early November is okay, but I mean, there's the holidays coming. It can become problematic for people. Okay. And when we have our off time, it's right at the end of, I don't know. Not that I want to have it in the middle of July either, but maybe February, right? It's past the holidays, before spring break, or, I don't know, right? So, but we got to get rid of the work thing first, right? So that means we're all in. Got to be all in. We'll get there, right? One subscriber at a time. That's all it takes, right? So anyway, he's like, I forgot your name, brother. Can you forgive me again? Of course.
Absolutely. Tall
Man's Cruise Adventure. See, this is what happens when you don't subscribe, Ozan. Look. Subscribe. Then we'll pop up on your screen just there. You'll have to remember, right? Anyway, so again, yes and no, but I know that sucks for you, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shout out to Lori for booking. Exactly, right?
Yes.
Good job, Angela.
Yes, thank you, Angela.
Angela was like, Lori, get on it. Then sent me a little audio of me.
Thank you, Angela.
What I'm impressed of is she captured the audio of me calling her out. Like, took the time to do that.
Right?
To send it to her.
I love it.
Right?
Love it.
You guys are killing me. What's up, buddy, Tom?
Hi, Tom.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Absolutely.
Never had a Dolly Madison anything. I just ate it. It's just like that. So, since it's prepackaged, maybe we'll mail one to you. I don't know.
Thank you.
Send it across the border. I don't know. Just come over the border, Aldi. It's make a 2-hour run.
I thought you were going to say we should bring them on the cruise.
No. Sugar, grease, fat, and some fruit. Yum. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great combination.
Ozan says, may God never take away your happiness. You always laugh like this. Haha.
Thanks.
By the way,
for
those who knew and haven't met Ozan joined us, I think, when we were doing the Forenzi.
That sounds about right.
He is from Ukraine and Turkey. He does not speak English. I'm not sure if he understands what we're saying, but he does translate
Google
Translate. So some of his comments, as you're reading them, may not read correct or make sense. So we try to interpret.
Yeah.
But we are glad to have you here and glad you are well.
Absolutely. Good to hear from you again.
Yes. Angela says, Macrina, we will not be on the same page with senior discounts.
Stay young, girl.
Thanks, we're in this together. We're all help one another. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I love this group.
Do not go to the Greek islands. They have protected them. Microtakis.
Is that Mykonos, maybe?
No. Not sure what he means on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure
See,
either.
sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Staying on Carnival to stay young, so we aren't crickety. No. Or crotchety.
Yeah.
Or like a doorknob.
And walking up and down those stairs instead of taking the elevators, that'll help.
Turkish Google Translate in English. Hee. See? There we go. And we have gotten to the end of the questions.
Yeah.
We have gotten to the end of the questions. So, before I forget to say this, we're going to take some time. We may not have a stream next week. We may. I may get, like, gosh, Leah, it just feels weird not streaming. But I know we are taking this weekend off. Early Monday, Tuesday, we have to pay attention to some RV things since it's been 5 weeks. Because we put 6 videos a week out on that channel too, guys. I mean, when I say all in, we are all in with you and with our RV family. And so we have to go pay attention to some of that stuff and start actually paying attention to some of the work stuff that comes up, right? We have to start like putting things in place to get, because we're back on the road. So we leave Florida and then we're gone until the end of October, literally
1st of November.
So, yep. So,
yep.
Yeah, absolutely. It comes in. By the way, it comes and goes. Lori, 19, and there's 24, and then there's 31, and it just comes and goes.
It does.
It says live, and people click on it because they see what the content is about, and they don't realize that we actually started an hour and 50 minutes ago. And so here are the cliff notes. We enjoyed the Emerald Princess.
Yes.
You should absolutely go on them if you're thinking about going on the Emerald Princess.
Mm-hmm.
There's the cliff notes of the first hour of the stream. Are there some good things? Yes. Are there some bad things? Yes. Overall, doesn't matter. You should have a fantastic time.
Yeah.
But if you want to know what the good and the bad is, drag the bar to the far left, and you can watch us go through each of the 10 segments, which are, we reviewed them. We reviewed Embarcation, the cabins, the buffet, the main dining and or dining experience, right? The bars, activities, entertainment, customer service, the ship, and of course, overall experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so, make sure you rewind it and go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Anyway,
Nice.
speaking of checking it out, that sun just does never set, does it? One thing about this particular cruise we're on, the sun never sets. It's just always just right there.
We really did have some nice sunsets.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole last 5 weeks have been beautiful sunsets.
The best ones, and I don't know, the best ones were actually on the seascape.
Yeah.
Some of it was because we could park the camera out on the balcony.
That's
so
true.
we captured a couple that way.
Yeah.
However, the most epic one was the day we were streaming from the Serenity deck with the sun setting behind us on the Carnival Firenze.
Yeah.
That
was
amazing.
Epic. It was.
Absolutely epic. And if I thought I could find that video for you guys and do a recap, I would literally put it up on the screen right now. But I don't know which. I mean, I obviously know it's in the Carnival Firenze file. I just don't know where.
Which one?
But that, if you guys remember, was an absolute epic sunset.
Yeah, it was for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nurse Tara's like, February's great. Yep. Can we drive somewhere with you? Lori, we turn the camera on all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. We'll turn the camera on when we go up to Virginia. You can come with us.
Yep.
Yep. Actually, we had it on when we went up to New York, and we're literally gonna go on the same roads and just stop halfway.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm all about the stairs. I hate it on day 4, but I'm happy on day 7.
Yeah.
We don't do as many stairs as we should. This one is high blood pressure, but we have recently done more than we had in the past.
Yeah.
So obviously down is a lot easier than up, but we do look with all the tours we do. We're up and down stairs all the time, so we're not taking the elevators when we're doing any of that.
No.
But if we're staying on deck 11 and we need to go to deck 20,
then we'll take the elevator.
we're taking the elevator.
I'm good for about 3 flights.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before I have to literally stop and
Rest.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
Ozan says, if I don't watch movies or play games, I'll drop by. We're always here.
Yes.
Yeah, almost always. We scare those other viewers away. No, we don't. That's okay. No. Nurse says, Tara says, I accidentally blocked him on the forensic cruise because I thought he was a troll. No. Nope. He's not. Now I can't see his comments.
Oh,
just go unblock him.
Yeah.
Go unblock him. I mean, you can see me put his name up there. Just go find it. Ozan, Ukraine, Turkey. Nah, he's nice.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do more live videos about crazy cruise stories like you've done. Oh, of course. That's absolutely going to happen. Yeah. Are you kidding me? But I got the button now, so it's now, are you kidding me?
Oh.
Right? So we got a button. But, that's absolutely coming. And we've got like months worth of crazy stories to go be able to find. And they're out there. Oh my gosh. They are out there. Even if I don't understand your language, you are still a happy family. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. Love me some sunsets. I know. Yes, I love the crazy cruise news. Oh my gosh. Yes. Are you okay? You've been very quiet all night. He's behaving. He doesn't want me to put him on timeout again. Angela, don't instigate. Behave yourself. Whereas, no, I've never been on drives with you. I meant next week, LOL. Drive with you soon, LOL.
Oh, okay.
You've never turned on one of our drives? Wow.
I thought, weren't you using us as a nightlight? I thought you were using us
aren't
as
you
a
at the nightlight? No, I've been on. Oh, no. I've been on the drives with you. I meant next week. Drive with you soon.
Okay.
No,
Gotcha.
it'll be towards the end of June. So another 3 weeks. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, about 3 weeks. We have 3 weeks to prepare to get back on the road. It's actually a lot of stuff we got to do, and so that's why we're going to need some time away from streaming and doing the stuff that I need to do because I got to start.
Got to get our head in the right place.
Yeah. I'm good. Just not much to add. Yeah, I'm covering it for him. Laura's like, yeah, Antonio's being good, boy. Yes, he is. I stop by every few flights, too. I stop every few flights, too. Trust me, I'm not 95 pounds, but want to try. I need Daddy Mac to inspire me. No, you don't, Mother Buffer.
No, you came up with that one all by yourself. And when Danny shows up, he will be proud of you.
Yes. I can't do the steps on the cruise better than I can do the steps off cruise.
Yeah.
Yep. Antonio's walking the plank with me. All right. Well, look, y'all, we have been with you. Well, there's 23 with us right now. I was just about to say goodbye, and there's 23 of you hanging out with us, just, shooting this thing, right? Oh, now it's down at 13. See, I think there's a bug.
I think there is, too.
In our downtime in the next couple days, there's a software update that I need to do on this, but I don't do it when we're like streaming regularly, just in case things change. I got to get right back and redo everything. So
Gotcha.
Maybe that'll take care of some of that. But
Yeah.
it was like 23 and then there's 13. I'm like, 10 people just don't disappear all at once. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then turn around and pop back in again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antonio says, Marina, if you have to walk it twice, I'll join with you on the second trip. All right, guys, we want to thank you all for being with us. Again, we sort of said something about the past 5 weeks, but I want to reiterate, this was a big haul for us. 5 weeks, streaming live nearly every single day. We did take a couple days off for illness and to go see some shows to be able to talk about to you, but 5 weeks of nonstop streaming is a lot of work, and not just for us, but for you as well.
Yes,
right?
Your dedication. Love
Being
it.
with us every night, almost all of you, and you know who I'm talking to. So we want to thank you all from the bottom of our hearts.
We really do.
We really do appreciate every single one of you, and as we mentioned, though we're off ships, we're not going anywhere. There's videos coming out tomorrow, so you'll see them tomorrow. And not every day, but, there's plenty of stuff. So please watch them, leave us comments, and we will be back with you live again soon. I just can't tell you exactly when, but probably later next week, okay? And we will post it in Facebook to let you know,
Yes.
all right? So we love you all, and we will see you again very, very soon. Peace!
Come fly with me, just take my hand. And now cruising in mid-flight. You better watch out for the kryptonite. So come on over, we can make it through, make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do, just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the